The time has come. Will I frag out in every match and reign triumphant?
Little maze.
Or will I succumb to the pressure and embarrass myself in front of everyone? To be completely honest with you guys, I've already done my placement matches, but they went so bad. I couldn't possibly let myself go out like that. I was going in blind and had no idea what I was doing. First of all, the economy is completely different from Swift Play. I had no idea how things worked, so I kept 4-buying, thinking that I'd be able to 4-buy again next round. I was also completely lost on how to attack and defend sites. The gameplay in competitive is a lot slower and methodical than Swift Play, because everyone is aware that there's actually something on the line. I was so foreign to such playstyle that I was getting destroyed by people who were simply in bronze and silver, because they knew what they were doing and they had more experience compared to the little to none I had. So I kept wide swinging angles, which are not meant to be wide swung, and I wasn't making sure to check all my corners and angles. Did I learn from my mistakes? Nope. The pride in me took over because I realized I was only playing against silvers and golds. So I decided to keep queuing matches over and over again in the hopes that something would eventually click. And let me just tell you now, nothing changed. Well, kinda. While playing all those disgraceful placement matches, I actually learned quite a lot. Like how 9 times out of 10, you don't want to be holding angles by just standing in the open. Instead, you want to be constantly jiggling in and out of cover. The only thing standing in the open will do is get you one-tapped. I am 100% aware of that now. After reflecting on everything I had learned, I queued up one more match, and I ended up dropping around 25 kills, carrying the match and getting match MVP even though we lost the game. So after realizing all of this, I decided to make a new account. I genuinely felt like I was not a silver player and I was much more capable than what I presented myself as. But to make it fair, I would only be doing this once. So if I got to play silver again, or even bronze, I would have to deal with it and take it to the chin like a man. Hopefully, you guys can understand where I'm coming from and won't frown upon my decision. Alright, that's all I have to say for now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the matches. I have no idea how they went as I'm saying this, but hopefully they went much better than my previous ones. I kind of forgot to record the first few rounds of the match, but luckily I noticed it early, or there would have been no first match. That is exactly why you always gotta check if you're recording every few rounds or so. Just so you guys know, I'm only gonna show and commentate on the significant rounds in each placement match, just to make sure this video isn't too long and you don't get bored. On round 9, they just decided to run it down on us for absolutely no reason. If the enemy team ever does this to you, just know that you've probably lost the game. Them doing this just shows that they're extremely confident they can disassemble your team if your team doesn't pose as a threat. And to be honest with you, I don't blame them. As for me, I died to the neon because when it comes to silver and gold players, I repeat, I cannot rely on them to watch certain angles for me. So I was trying to watch the left and right side of rubble at the same time, and that was ultimately my demise. This is one of the main reasons why I struggled to get on site so much, because I would literally walk out onto site and my team wouldn't follow me or even watch angles which the enemy could peek from.
Reloading.
As you just saw, me and Cypher enter site first. I don't want to be the guy that's always complaining, but in certain teams, I don't know if this is just a silver and gold thing or not, but sometimes you get duelists which just don't play their role. I'll speak more about this later, because this was a huge issue in my last placement match.
Come on, let's go!
Alright, pause right there. Am I valid to complain about this, or am I just being a baby? Clove was literally at Mound and killed Raze, and ISO just completely ignored that. Anyway, I'm more concerned with the fact that ISO managed to not get punished for this mistake. He somehow managed to stay alive and even kills KO before Clove finally kills him later on. Honestly, sometimes I don't understand this game. If that was me, I'm dying instantly. Notice again how I'm the one entering site first instead of ISO and Raze. Now the smart thing to do would be to wait for the duelist to entry first, but the problem with that is that you're giving the enemy a lot of time to rotate and be prepared for your team. And these guys can legit wait a whole minute before deciding to finally play the duelist role how it's supposed to be played. When we finally got onto site, it was pretty much free, so Gecko just planted a spike and we managed to clear out the enemy team. I got the last kill on Clove with a blind, but to be honest, it was pretty much sloppy because she thought it would be a good idea to just run around and spam my gun in every direction, and somehow she actually hit me. On this round, I decided to go for a bit of a lurk to hopefully catch someone lacking, and I did in fact catch Neon. But by the time I got Neon, they were already about to get onto A site, so I tried to catch them on a bit of a flank, and I somehow managed to get Reyna and KO, even though they were both shooting at me, so it was just Cypher left. I managed to get onto site without seeing Cypher, so I assumed he was either drop, upper, or backside. So I started defusing the spike, hoping ISO would buy me enough time, but the worst case scenario happened, and ISO died. But in the end, I was able to out-aim Cypher and clutch the pistol round up for my team.
The spike is defused.
In this round, I decided to go for another lurk, and I was able to catch Cypher Reyna lacking. Clove popped her ultimate and was able to kill someone, so at this point, I was just trying to play time and make sure Clove didn't run off because she was basically stuck on A site. I did catch Clove mid, trying to rotate, and I thought it would be funny to play for emotions so she would hopefully rage quit and go AFK, but Raze managed to kill her as she was trying to get back into A site. Me and Gecko somehow landed in a 2v4, but we both managed to get our twos and close the round out, giving the team some form of hope. There was light at the end of the tunnel, but boy it was dim. On this round, they started pushing A site, so I had to quickly rotate from B, and the game tried to sell me so bad. As you just saw, I tried to TP behind the wall, but somehow I ended up right in front of it instead, and I actually almost died because of that. But luckily, Clove whiffed me, and that whiff costed the round because I was able to get the last two enemies to close the round out. At this point, I was pretty sure we were going to win the match if we kept playing how we were playing.
Attackers win.
Next match, Haven. I just jumped straight into the second match because like they all say, you can't end on a loss. For the first round, I was playing on C with Chamber, but unfortunately, we had to rotate to A fast. By the time we got to A, we were the last two alive, so Chamber went heaven and I decided to play in the smoke. Smoke came down and I was able to get Reyna not expecting me, and I soon got Jet after in a pretty awkward fight. I wasn't really worried if I died because Chamber was right there and he would have got the refrag. At least I hope so. Once again, they decided to go A, but I had a really good team this time, so by the time I got there was only one enemy left. I waited a while in case he would try and fight for site, but with me having 200 IQ, I TP'd onto C site because I had a feeling she would be there, and that feeling was proven to be correct.
Good job, man.
On round 6, they tried to push B, but once again my team stopped them completely. I also became a hero by saving Chamber's life after he got hit with the Gecko ultimate. Lastly, ISO was AFK, but it didn't really matter because he literally came back the next round. For the next couple rounds, we were literally stomping the other team, but they finally won a round back. I managed to get 3 kills to get it down to 1v1 against Clove, and again, I tried to do some Omen tech, but I failed miserably to the Odin spray because I forgot I had no HP, so I basically died for 1 bullet to the leg. This round, I was playing C side again, but this time I was on my own, and they actually decided to come C, so I had to hold it down on my own until my team rotated, and I did exactly just that.
130 coming to C, I think.
Spike down. C. One enemy remaining.
As we got to the final rounds, once again, I noticed that my team never used the ultimates. Throughout the whole game, I don't think Sage or Gecko even ulted once, so I told them to remember they had ults, and next round, Gecko used his. But I don't think he quite got what I meant, because he just ulted the site we already took.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Did you go?
Attackers
They
win.
died underneath our boots. rest now.
I kind of forgot to record the third match. Sorry.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So we got Bind this time, and like I said in the previous video, I actually kinda like Bind. Anyway, in the first round, I tried to go showers, and I got into a fight with Reyna. I was pretty sure I won the fight with a headshot, but the game slapped me in the face and scammed me instead. Can someone please explain to me how I missed all those headshots? Please.
Last player standing.
On this round, I had my ultimate, so I used it to TP into the smoke. I placed them back hole at B. And I managed to get Omen trying to rotate, and a Sage a few seconds after, basically securing B site so we could plant the spike and win the round.
Good job.
For the next few rounds, I didn't really do much. It was my fourth match of the day, and Phoenix and Harbor were kind of just carrying the game, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't happy. To be honest, nothing really happened apart from Gecko selling his team.
I'm just better.
A couple rounds later, I started making some impact again. I lugged through mid from B because I hadn't done it yet, and I managed to kill Neon and Sage. I almost got Reyna too, but I fell off the boxes by accident. In the end, Cypher was able to get the last kill, but he decided not to stick to the fuse because apparently there was not enough time. But to me, it looked kinda close. Personally, I would have stuck that, but Phoenix seemed pretty sure that there was no time.
You don't have time. Bro, I was in ult.
I went for a lurk again because we literally never did it, so I figured it would cast them off guard again, and it certainly did. I caught Reyna lacking, Neon, then Gecko 2, and that pretty much closed out the round, and pretty much the game.
We move forward.
Good shit. Have a good day, you all. Yeah.
I'm better.
One enemy.
For my final placement match, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to show this match to you guys, and ultimately decided not to, because it just felt like my whole team was trolling. In a lot of instances, my team would just decide not to help me, or literally straight up try and sell the game.
Don't pick it, don't pick it, don't pick it, don't pick it. Don't.
But overall, it's just really annoying to have to play with people like that to ruin the experience for everyone playing. But in the end, I ended up getting placed Diamond.